Welcome everybody to our separation anxiety course. Super excited about this course because it truly is the way I train and what I do with the dogs that come to me that have severe separation anxiety. Medication is not talked about in this course, and it is something that I highly recommend that you go through all of this process first before you decide to use medication. And if you still have a little bit more of an edge, you're still battling just a little bit more, then I recommend talking to your veterinarian about medication. But if you don't go through if you put them on medication and then go through the course, it's really kind of difficult to know if it's the medication working or if it's the behavior modification working. So I highly recommend take your dog, stay super diligent through this and do the whole process, and then see from there if you feel like you need to talk to your veterinarian about medication to help with that last little edge of anxiety. I have had, I'm going to say 98% success rate of dogs going through this course, and their separation anxiety over time gets better and better as you continue to work and continue to ask these things of your dog. And then they're fine and they can stay out of their crates when you're not home. But you need to stick to it. You need to go through the process, and you need to stick to it after you've done everything and you've introduced everything. You need to stick with it until you just feel like you've turned a corner. So again, I don't recommend medication right off the bat. It is something that after you've gone through this and 3 to 6 months into it, you're still feeling like we have one less step to take, then talk to your veterinarian about different medications. So let's get into talking about the elements of separation anxiety, of training and behavior modification to separation anxiety. The first step that you need to start with is crate training. And crate training helps your dog get into routines. They get into expectations. It's a safe place for them to be so they're not harming themselves or your home or different things like furniture. It really takes the worry of leaving the house. It's their space, it's their den, and go through the whole process with them. Even if your dog was crate trained or is crate trained, go through the process of crate training very first. So crate training is a great tool to use, and it's the very first thing that we talk about and the very first thing that you need to be doing. The next thing that I recommend is obedience training. And a lot of times when we have and dealing with separation anxiety, you've already taken your dog through some obedience classes, or you've done some obedience with them, you've read books, you've done the obedience training part of it, and then our training kind of goes away. We forget to do that. And with the obedience course that's in this bundle, you get it all from sit, down, stay, come. You get it all. And I recommend that you take your dog from start to finish through this, because it's a great reminder. It builds confidence in your dog. Obedience training builds confidence, and they become more secure with themselves. And especially with our obedience course, it is so it's designed around your dog thinking, your dog being free, if you will, your dog offering up obedience. And so they're building confidence because they know what makes you happy. They know what they can do to trigger those happy times. So take them through it, whether your dog has gone through obedience or knows, my dog knows sits and downs and all of that. Take them through a course. Be patient through it. It helps build confidence, and it also gets you into a good rhythm with them, and it becomes predictable for them. And that's what dogs need that have this anxiety, is they need routine, they need structure, and they need some predictability in their life. Okay, this is what we do when we leave. This is, the exercise that we're getting, and so on and so forth. The next thing that is in this course and the elements is teaching your dog to go to their bed. And going to their bed creates separation. It creates confidence that you're over there and I'm here, and you're going to be on your bed in the living room. You can still see me while I'm cooking in the kitchen, or you're going to be in the living room with somebody else and I'm going to be in, a different room folding laundry per se. You don't ever want to leave them alone on their bed, but it's a great exercise to create separation and to create this confidence that you're okay over there. We're okay not being right next to each other. Although we love it and we encourage it and we want that connection, teaching your dog, when I say go to your bed, you go and lay down on a dog bed and you're over there and I'm here. I like to do this when I'm reading a book, when, I'm drinking coffee in the morning. It's a great time to work on that space of creating that space between you and your dogs. Just be over there. It's good. It's fine. The next element is back tying. And back tying is also another way to build confidence, create space between you and your dog, create a healthy relationship between you and your dog. We don't need to be on top of each other 24/7. It's not healthy for us as humans. It's not healthy for the dogs and human relationship. And so a lot of times I'll tie my dog up and I'll go do yard work, or I'll be cleaning the garage and they're tied up where they can't always see me, but they know I'm there. They know where I'm at. And so back tying is an element of tying your dog to something and they're there and they're safe and they're fine, and you're doing something else and in and out of the picture. I'm coming and going and I'm doing something else while you're doing your thing over there. Again, all of these elements are building confidence in our dogs. They're creating structure and routines around everything, and it's creating that healthy separation in a friendship that our dogs need to know that we're okay. You're going to be okay. You're not going to be left alone. I'm always going to come home and you're always going to be taken care of. So back tying your dog up to something, you in and out of the picture. You don't ever tie them up and then leave the house, or tie them up and, outside and leave. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just creating separation. And again, I'll be cleaning out the garage and working in the garage, and my dogs are tied out, at the tree out in the front yard, so they can watch things happen. They can watch things go, and I'm in and out of the garage. They know where I'm at. They know what I'm doing. They just can't see me all the time. So it's a great piece. I'm doing this, you're doing that, building confidence, creating healthy separation. And then the last thing is, once we've got the obedience, we've got all these things, it's really important to do training drills and just work on really structured things, because structure and expectations and routines are really important to dogs that have anxiety, just like us as human beings. When we know what's expected of us, it's less stressful for us. And that's what these training drills do with your dog. Is I'm going to ask you all the pieces and the behaviors of obedience, of sit and down and stay and come and heel, so that they are having a very structured lesson. And it's not really a lesson, it's drills that, we are doing this right now. I'm going to walk here and sit and walk here and down and heel here and come here and stay there. And again, these training drills continue to build confidence in your dog, and they also create expectations where it becomes predictable. And so when we tell our dog with confidence to kennel, goodbye, I'll see you in a couple of hours, or I'll see you after work, they know that feel. And you have to be confident in how you're directing your dog, and you're asking them to trust you and to be confident that you know what you're doing and that you've been predictable and you've followed through with everything that you have taught them and done with them. So separation anxiety is a lot around structure, routines, expectations, and predictability for your dog. So that's what all of these elements create and train in us and get into a rhythm. I do this with every dog that comes into my home for board and trains that have separation anxiety. We create separation, we create structure, we help the dog build confidence that they're okay by themselves, that they're fine being outside and they're enjoying the sun, that they're fine being over there while I'm over here. And it's not really the anxiety around the person per se, as much as it's around the activity of leaving, and they're worried about that piece. And so when we build confidence, we build structure, we build routines all around. Obedience is 100% a way to build our dog's confidence and knowledge. And training creates a space that's predictable, that's safe for them. going to your bed and back time creates separation. It creates a healthy relationship. And then doing those training drills after you've gone through the obedience course really just kind of solidifies and makes you predictable for your dog. I hope that you, one, enjoy these videos. I hope you gain a lot of knowledge from it. And I would encourage you to ask questions, join in our community so that I can be right there at your fingertips, coaching you, helping you through, and tweak things along the way. So enjoy the course. I know you'll be successful if you follow it from top to bottom and stick with it, and don't have emotion around it for your dog. Just be predictable and be direct. And that's what they're looking for. Happy training, and please holler if you have questions. I'm excited that you're on this course to helping your dog be confident.